Equanimity. What is it and how do we use it as leaders? Well, equanimity, very simply put, is the ability to maintain calm or steadiness under stress and changing conditions. And so, what I'd like everyone to think about is that my martial arts instructor uses this to demonstrate how we should train and discipline ourselves as people, how we should live our lives and maintain our relationships, and of course, the application to self defense and altercation, or even for sport, like inside of a jiu-jitsu tournament or an MMA competition in the cage. But equanimity is simply this. It is the sine wave. If you remember back to your high school days, and that line that can run through the graph is an extreme spike in something that happens in your life. So that is the moment of self-defense, that increased flurry, that initial adrenaline, that explosiveness when the altercation begins or the referee blows the whistle and you have to get in there. And what happens is the person who is naturally more attributed, like bigger, faster, stronger, will increase that spike and they will push the agenda. That could be an influx of clients, that could be a seasonal job, that could be the sprint to a new semester in school. But what happens is the person with technique has to take that spike and bring it down and hold themselves at a steady line while the other person is spiking, burning energy and burning resources. When that person starts to fall because they're getting tired, fatigued, they need to catch a breather. And I like to tell people, like, if you ever look at a fight or a boxing match or something like that, there's that moment where they slug it out, where they have this big flurry, and then they both kind of look at each other and have to catch their breath, and then they get back into it. Well, that catching your breath part is the bottom of the sine wave that goes under the steady. And so what happens is you, as the person with technique and training and skill and clarity of mind, you hold that line, that consistency, that steadiness through the sine wave. So when it dips under the sine wave, you keep the same level of pressure and make them bring their energy up to your steady level. When they go over, you use technique and you use skill to bring them down to your level. Even though they're expending a lot of energy, you hold your level. And what happens is that sine wave decreases over time until it just drops. And then you maintain that steadiness to slowly overcome. That's discipline versus motivation. That's equanimity versus attributes. And as leaders, we can use this. In our times of chaos and client turnover and staff turnover and training and deadlines, we have a spike in energy and resources being used, but the leader must hold their resolve. They must stay calm. They must use their techniques and skills that they've acquired over the years to bring everybody down and stay at that level. And that way we don't expend our resources to the negative where there's this huge deficit. There's this huge lull. But on the same token, if there is a lull in the action, and the traditional accounting world has a big lull in the off season after tax season is over, well, we need to create projects and creatability and advisory services. And we need to be able to do a lot of things that gives our staff stuff to do, that increases our value in the eyes of the clients and delivers a product. And this goes through education. If there's a moment of lull in your education, you are responsible for bringing it back up to the level to where you are learning, you're studying extra YouTube videos, reading extra books, doing whatever it takes. And if you can emphasize equanimity in your life, you will slowly bring everything to a standard. Those around you, the resources that you expend, and you will have a lack of chaos in your life because you're applying the principle of equanimity.